Sword of omens, give me sight beyond sight.
Let's cut to the chase. I found a joint in the basement. Anyone gonna fess up?
It's mine, okay?
See what you've done?
Mom, you should have aborted him!
What's next, James? Killing us in our sleep? Wearing our guts as accessories?
You're tearing this family apart!
This is lame. I'm out of here.
Whoa, pal. You're not going anywhere.
Jeez, guys! It was only once!
Not even once.
Look out, bro.
Not even once. 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 Not even
Oh
once.
my God.
Oh my God.
I don't know if my eardrums are just finally shit. But it feels like you didn't blow my head off that time.
I did adjust the audio a while ago. I tweaked them out. I did. I did. Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to this week's B2P. How y'all doing tonight? Let's fucking shout out the pilot of the week, the one and only Adventure FPV. That shit was trippy, right? What was up with that? We got happy birthday to GQ, Glenn Hodge, FPV. Let's go.
Shit.
Happy birthday, Glenn.
Birthday, Atlanta boy.
Billy motherfucking Black, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Billy Black.
Robert Beal over at Prop Productions in Cleveland. I was going to say Chicago.
Prop
I'm going to Chicago soon.
Productions.
And
Happy birthday.
fucking Emu Flight Dev, motherfucking Quick Flash. Happy birthday, man.
Oh, no shit.
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday.
Shout out to Risco and Waldo.
Let's go. Waldo, shout out to
Risco and Raldo.
What's up, my dudes?
Waldo.
Risco and Raldo.
Risco and Waldo. Yeah, I had to get my, Scooby-Doo going.
Brutal, what's up, Darky?
Not even once, bro.
8-bit, Vitrify.
Not even
We
motherfucking
did.
once.
Not even once.
What up, Duck? 8-bit. Brutal.
Oh, fucking hell. What's going on this
Vitrify.
week? Dude,
That shit was so funny, man. His eyes while he was choking him out.
we were talking. In fact, he was choking him out. It was just ridiculous. Oh, fucking hell.
Geraldo.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo? Ronaldo? Waldo? Well, we got out there today. Fucking John Soul is in the house.
Peeps.
All the peeps. 8-bit
shit,
was
John
good.
Soul.
Darkwing, Vitrify. King Kleck the channel.
Spooky!
Spagoo!
Spagoos.
What up, y'all?
Hey, Spagoos, did you go buy a scratch ticket after you found your quad?
Yeah, no shit. I heard about that.
Apparently, he got herpes from the quad.
Yeah.
You got herpes from the
I'm
quad?
sorry, is that gonorrhea? Conjunctivitis?
Is that Peter
Is that,
Reuter? That's the name.
He had his quad in and around.
Did somebody have your quad in and around their mess. Bye.
How was everybody?
Bubba's
This week?
crotch rigging. What? Oh,
How was everybody?
good actually.
Not
Fucking-
even once.
Not even once, bro.
That was the scratch ticket, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You got lucky as fuck. And it didn't get run over or nothing, so that's good.
Dude, that's crazy.
So to fill everyone in, he pulled a me and left his quad on top of his car and drove away.
Damn.
But luckily for him, somebody turned it into the police station. He was able to get it back.
That never happens to me. Nobody
No.
turns it into the police
Especially if it had a
station.
GoPro on it, bro.
They just take it
Fucking.
straight home. Oh, hell yeah. I
Fucking
just
GoPro.
found a jackpot.
Even if you
Who
don't
wants
fly,
this
I
shit?
just came up on a GoPro.
Yeah, for real. That's awesome, man.
Hell.
Shout out to the Good Samaritan.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Fucking air horns. Tawns for that fucking
The
Samaritan.
Don and the Good Samaritan.
And the Don, yeah. Always for the Don. Fucking, yeah. You guys need to lash your shit to yourselves somehow, so at least you're dragging it down the road.
Lash your shit.
Yeah, bro. Fucking lash your shit to yourselves.
Latch your shit.
Lash.
And is said
Lash.
shit like a lash.
Yeah. Like 40 lashes, or you lash it,
Oh, word.
you know, fucking lashing some shit up, bro. Like on a ship.
Shit. Shit.
A shit ship. Shit of ship. In a sea of shit. By the seashore. I don't know what Scott is right now. Oh, fucking hell.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
It is Wednesday, my dude.
That's what's into
That's
you.
what's into me. Fuck. Anybody
Yeah.
do anything cool? We had good weather here on and off. It was 75 here today, which was unfucking canny. And
Yeah, it's been
now it's gonna be
nice
40.
here.
It's like 75, 40. Fuck, if for like a week, 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even
We
fun.
still got like I think one more little snap of cold here, but not bad. Like other people have it much worse. Sorry to y'all.
Well,
We've had good weather. It's just been fucking raining. It's supposed to rain the rest of the week too, which sucks. But I smashed a quad. Like, I mean, this was a good crash. Like, it's been a minute since I've like really smashed some shit.
one.
And I broke the cage on the moon goat, which I've not done. Like usually it's other shit,
Mm-hmm.
but so now.
What
we
did you
built
hit?
time. A tree.
Oh, trees will do it.
Yeah. Well, it was like
Those things that don't move when you hit them.
Those-
yeah.
Large
The
wooden
trunks,
immovable
man.
objects.
The fucking trunks get me every time.
Well, it's like
But
tree
I
or like,
smashed it good.
upright metal pole on a pavilion at a park, or fucking road sign poles. Those will fuck you up too.
Oh, dude.
I love how
Especially
your
like,
quad
God
comes back
damn it.
smelling like fucking fresh pine after you're flown in the forest, though.
Yeah, there is
no
that.
doubt. No doubt.
That's in over there by Children's Park in New York. That fucking Travis hit the sign in the park. So 4x4 fucking wood post with a nice wooden park sign on it, and fucking just smacked that fucker with a 9-inch.
Mine are always like a office building or something, handicap. Like,
Handicap signs, yeah.
dude, they just come out of fucking nowhere. Now, granted, I am flying analog, so
The fucking
I don't know what the luxury of digital is, but man, I've fucked some shit up on those signs before. I think I've hit multiple before, like just like bounced one off and it just
No, with
catapulted.
digital, you just more confidently smash into shit.
Nice. I like that.
you just smash into
You
shit
still-
with,
you still
with
smash into
clarity.
shit.
You just smash into shit with clarity. That's all
Exactly.
it is.
You saw what you hit.
Fucking, you ever hit one of all right, so the office park that Tech and I used to fly out quite a bit, in the middle there was multiple parking levels and they were elevated, so there was little little stairwells and they had just like those hype fucking handrails. Bro,
Yeah.
I fucking hit one of those with one of my racing quads with my Talon, and it fucking exploded into it shot a fucking motor and arm 40 feet the other direction. Like, it was just insane. It was bad. Megan Fox returned his quad. I mean,
Nice.
was she like in Bumblebee or some shit? What's up, Double A? How the fuck you doing, man?
Double A in the house. What up, homie? Long time. Well, actually, not too long, but
I seen him creeping on some other
Never
streams
know.
here every week. When I'm creeping on streams, and I'll come in for a minute, and then fucking I'll see Double A. We give each other the nod. What up, homie?
nice.
I hit a handy before in a massive juicy flick and folded the sign backwards and flew away. I mean, with the like, so when Travis hit that fucking sign in the park with the 9-inch, it didn't break the quad. It broke the sign. But
Really?
he
Shit.
fucking fucked that sign up. We put stickers on it and stuff, and then they changed it. But yeah, bro, like it was like a big fat wooden.
Damn, you folded
fucking
the
shit.
sign backwards, dude. No way.
I believe it. I hit a fucking stop sign with a 5-inch drone, and it didn't do anything but to my drone, and it left a nice dinger in the stop sign. So
Got it
10-inch.
with the dinger.
Well, if it wasn't, it might not have been sitting. It might have been hit before.
Man, maybe they just make signs thinner in the different places. Our signs here fuck my shit up.
We do
You
signs
don't-
different down here.
I hit that shit and it stays out absolutely still. Doesn't move, just
Yeah.
dings real hard. My quad goes kaplooey.
Handrails are the worst, man. Fucking handrails. I hate them. They get everywhere. Gets everywhere.
Oh, man, I'm obsessed with handrails.
I mean, if I'm actually actively trying to slide it or something,
I want to
like,
grind every
yeah.
single rail I come to. That
I
is
love
possible.
flying stair sets. I
I do
treat it
too.
just like I did when I was
Dingers.
fucking skating.
Well, I could never skate like that, but I try to pretend I can. Like I'm playing
I used to
Tony
wish I
Crack.
could pretend like I could skate like that and just fucking
Hurt
bust my
myself.
ass all the time.
I've hit rails and I could grind, and when I was younger and shit back in the day. But fucking hell,
Wild day, Whitney.
we're talking,
I'd be
dude.
that dude that sits there and tries one trick for like fucking 3 hours until he lands it.
Bro, I just
Oh,
realized
man.
I
I
think
don't have the patience for that shit.
I
I
think
try
I s-
it, fall, and then I move on to the next one.
I used to be so good at fucking falling. My buddy's dad who worked in film for a little while. He was like, "You should be a stuntman. Sign me up, bro."
Let's go.
get it,
Give
bro.
me something soft to land on. Yeah.
I can't do that no more, man. Falling hurts. I went
Yeah, it
snowboarding the
does.
other week and I was falling on snow, being like, ugh.
I just ordered some new bearings and wheels for my inlines. I'm pretty.
There you
I'm
go.
pretty pumped.
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't
rollerblades
fucking
in fucking
rollerbladed
like-
in ages, dude.
Oh,
I need to get my
20 years?
skateboard.
I guess,
My
I got
skateboard's
some
right
Volvo
here. Actually, I
old
need to get my
Rossies.
skateboard out.
let's go.
Yeah, it's actually probably longer than 20 years at this point.
I've been waiting for a run of moderate good weather so I can start getting back on the fucking board on the regular again, man.
Oh,
trying to
dude,
find
me
a
too. I
fucking-
took it out in the yard the other day. It's fun.
I'm talking about my push board though, not my
Oh,
electric.
no.
Building a
Oh,
couple new skate parks nearby me. Be kind of cool to go check them out.
you
I've
should.
got. Is it over here?
I have a lot of cool
No.
outdoor parks around here that are nice to flow around. That's about all I'll do nowadays. Like last time I tried to go
kinda
skate
fun.
and start doing some kick flips downstairs and like
It won't
Like-
focus.
you go bail and like no, at this age I have to fully commit because fucking bailing is not in the question anymore,
I'll
man.
just turn off my
I
blur.
fucking hurt my foot for like 2 months after I fucking bailed on a kickflip where all I did was just land on my feet. My heel hurt for like fucking 2 months.
God damn, yeah. It's
This is-
rough.
This is my arbor.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
fucking like about three and change probably long.
That's awesome.
Oh, you got an
Fuck.
old school board there.
It's
Is that
dude,
like
I
a point
fucking
nose at the-
love
at the
this thing.
front?
Nah, bro, it's fucking. It's
Oh, the way the light shined, it looked
this.
like a
This is like a
the front was
fucking.
smaller.
I love this thing, bro. This is one of my favorite decks. I bought this when I was on tour with Interpol in 2007 in Canada.
Nice.
I don't remember where in Canada, but somewhere in Canada. I just don't remember where. And I started riding that back then. And fucking this thing served me well.
I got a board from a local
is-
company called All I Need. It's owned by my buddy Anthony, who
Look at that.
has been flying
Got
or
a
skating forever.
got a drone
Oh, yeah,
coast.
that's awesome.
I got
Makes his own decks.
This is fucking Matty
That's
Blunts.
fine. That's cool.
Fucking Drone Co. I represent everywhere I go. Fucking Team Black Sheep. Fucking BQE, the Goons, Matty, Oily. Fucking let's go.
Word.
Get on your board, bro. I'm with that, Artie. Get on your inlines. The only thing with inlines, man, is I've always been afraid I was just gonna break my fucking leg. I used to be good at inlines, but
I'm fucking.
as an older guy,
really well.
now
I haven't tried anything as an older gentleman.
Better than
what's the average age for third grade again? What, like 8-ish?
Yeah.
So that's about. I started skateboarding in like second or third grade, so it's like 40 some years ago, bro. Like that's when I started skateboarding. Fucking.
That shit's cool, dude. Nice.
I can't believe I lived this long. What's up, reaction? What's up?
Hey,
Toss
what up?
Fucking. I'm gonna have to have a midlife crisis sometime soon, Artie. I think it's time.
When I get there,
or maybe I've had one. I don't know.
I'm refusing to be there.
What up, Bannister? It's good, man.
Welcome, guys.
All I need is get some sick boards.
Yeah, they have some good stuff.
Who is it?
A lot of East Coast themed stuff.
Yeah, but it's cool. I like the artwork.
What is it? I'm sorry, I missed it.
All I Need skate. Link in chat. It's my buddy Anthony Shetler's
Hell yeah.
company.
Oh, no shit. Right on.
Roller skates the shit.
Are they just like street decks mostly? I'm looking now.
I think mostly street decks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like trick boards.
So I've been wanting. All I need is get YouTube mission statement products. Okay, boards. I've been wanting to get a street deck again, but I'm afraid I'm gonna break myself. Because I know myself, and and I know that I'm old and fucking, but I still want to do all the stuff I did when I was young, and then I just like.
But the electric skateboard, dude. I mean, to be honest, that's all I need.
Yo, so
because I really just want a mountain board.
The electric I love it. I love my electric board. The only downside is dude, living in New York City, I would be honest, like I definitely found it easy to get lazy with it at times. When you'd normally walk or ride my push board, I would just hop on the electric and get it done real fast because I was always on the go and I was always in a hurry. That's New York life, right? But fuck, man, I gained weight from riding the electric, and because I didn't burn those calories, but naturally, sure. and I was really trim before I got the electric. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. And then with the lockdown and everything went to shit because nobody was getting any exercise. But now that I've quit smoking, it's a motherfucker because I'm trying to get rid of the fuck. You know what I mean? Fucking got the old not the quit smoking weight gain vibes going, and now I'm like, yeah.
Calisthenics, bro.
I need to get
push ups, some sit ups. Just it's easy. Half hour a day. You'll be good in no time.
Yeah, I want an e-bike, man. My buddy has an extra.
Go push
one.
my board.
He's buying another one. He's gonna let me ride his. We're gonna go ride in the summer. It's gonna be pretty fun.
If I was gonna go e-bike, man, I'd definitely like the electric unicycles. I don't know about a full electric bike.
Can't off-road an electric unicycle.
Huh?
No bullshit, dude.
Bullshit.
Those dudes go fucking ham.
They go ham. Man. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't imagine it.
Dude, my buddy in Memphis.
Off-road unicycling? Electric unicycling?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds hardcore.
Take that shit anyway. I've seen them fucking jump some crazy shit.
Going on a fucking pogo stick, basically.
Big doubles, yeah.
Well, it's a little less pogo stick and a little more fucking Segway, but
I can't ride those things.
Like it's like have you ever rode a proper Segway?
I can't stand on them.
Bro, I love them joints. I was doing a gig, and they brought in the guy that actually designed Segway was the speaker at the gig, and they brought out designed the Segway, but he also designed a fucking
Wax fire in the house. What up?
he also designed a fucking wheelchair, a wheelchair for people that had 4 wheels, and it would hop up on 2 wheels and balance like a Segway. So you could be in the wheelchair and look at somebody standing eye to eye. He wanted to give people in a wheelchair the opportunity to look people standing eye to eye. That was his emphasis for creating it all. It's pretty fucking dope, actually. So like that whole tech, that the one wheel and all, you know, all that shit, man, like all those crazy fucking hoverboards and shit, all stems from that shit, you know?
It's cool tech. Last time I tried to stand on one and ride it, it was bad.
Well,
Like you'd think I would have no problem because I was like great at skateboarding, but like any electric board, for some reason I can't do it. Like first time I tried to ride an electric skateboard was when I was doing a Boston University drumline, and they had us go do the Celtics game, the halftime show a couple times, and I got to meet the mascot, Lucky. He rode around on an electric skateboard and harassed women, all kinds of things. Yeah, problem with that guy, but he let us ride the fucking skateboard, and when I tried it, man, the fucking thing just shot off, and I was like, damn.
they're extremely high torque, but a Segway doesn't work that way. You have to lean forward. It's just like a one way. The one way in the Segways.
I couldn't even get my left foot on that damn thing.
With the with an actual electric skateboard, especially if you got a good fucking high torque double motor fucking setup, you can fucking throw yourself right off that board. If you're not, you're like, it's easy. Like you put it in sport mode, fucking send it full tilt. You're gonna be on your ass. You know, like
You can't,
gotta,
that's for sure.
you can't. If you went, dude, if you go from a
100%
dead stop to full throttle, you're asking for it if you have enough. Because just like, you know, electric cars, electric skateboard has 100% duty cycle. So it's all torque all the time and just pure power. They're fucking, I don't know, like I'm sure the wheel diameter and stuff, maybe on like what you have already, the fucking boosted boards will fucking rock you right off.
Yeah. Well, with 6-inch tires on mine,
Yeah.
I mean, it will if you're not ready for it. But I mean, it's not bad once you brace for it.
So I was saying the guy that created the Segway was a speaker. Well, the gig we were doing, they shipped in, I don't know, like a half dozen or more fucking Segways. We're inside a giant hotel in Miami, and they give us a bunch of Segways.
Yeah,
So we are racing Segways in the fucking hotel, dude. And then, of course, you know, security finally came, but it was tough for them to say much because we were the hotel that day. Like every room, every convention room, you know, was us. So like they just like, could you guys not race Segways down the halls? I mean, we were hauling ass, bro. They're fast. Segways are fun.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never ridden one.
they've got
I think I'd be able to ride the one with the handle, no problem.
It's just like the fucking skateboards and shit where you have multiple power levels and then you basically have a sport mode that's just, okay, go kill yourself. You know? Do what it do.
Well, didn't the
Let it do what
Segway
it
guy
do.
like fall off a cliff?
He fell off a
on
cliff or
Segway?
something. Yeah, I think he fucking, I don't know if he died. Did he die from that?
I mean,
I can't
Was
remember.
it with a Segway?
I think,
Yeah, but I think he was, I think he was on a Segway.
Probably.
Oh,
I
no.
can't remember anymore. Yeah, but I remember hearing that. I think I fell off a cliff.
That's not funny, but
Not really, but
People killed by their own creations. I'm sure there's a list.
there's definitely
Oh,
a list. It's
fuck
one of those that there's 42 lists on YouTube, but it's just like the audio with really shitty pictures lined up with all the things, you know. 10 most crazy animals that eat your balls.
so you
Pretty much.
destroyed your fucking moon goat, huh?
I did, man. But the camera's fine, so it's all good. Just needs to be rebuilt. Luckily, I got spare parts.
Nice.
But I think I'm gonna revive. I got a graffiti frame,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna revive that with the parts in that, and then build the 2 Fetech boards. And
Is
the
that
goats.
is that a 5-inch graffiti or?
Yes.
You're talking about that all-in-one?
Yeah.
You still haven't gotten to those?
I still have not, dude. Like,
I need to give mine a second shot because I didn't give mine a fair try. It started flying weird and I just kind of gave up on it.
word. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't work fantastically, but
No, I think it was just me.
I just
honestly.
want to. So is your 7-inch down?
no.
What's up with that? That's the one that has the gimbal. Do you have the gimbal on it still?
Mm-hmm.
We'll send it. Let's see it. Let's go. What are you waiting for? I was sitting there. I was honestly sitting there. I'm not gonna lie. This thought went through my head today. I'm sitting there. I'm working on shit, fucking calibrating displays. I'm like, Artie's got that. For some reason that came to mind. I'm like, Artie's got that fucking gimbal, and I've barely seen anything from it. I was like, God damn it. I was like, I want to see that thing, because I'm like starting to think like, yeah, I want to get one. You know, it's a fucking single axis gimbal, and yeah. It's so I was like, okay, motherfucker, let's see it.
I mean, the last couple of times I did it, it was kind of jittery.
Yeah.
Like even post processing. It was doing funky shit with Real Steady Go. But I mean that's been a while.
I'm not sure I'm not sure if Adrian has.
I think there's also a firmware update for it that I need to download and check out.
I mean, as long as it's not too far out of whack, Gyroflow would definitely be able to deal with it. You know what I mean? I can't speak to Real Steady as much in that, but I would expect so. I mean, so I think at that point it comes down to your fucking camera gyro.
Well,
you know?
I'd updated the firmware and then it started doing funky shit, like just being jittery when it normally wasn't. I mean, it's always going to be a little funky, like when you get too far.
Too far, yeah.
Yeah, when you get too far tilted to one side, sometimes it autocorrects. But
you want to keep the flares straight from the anamorphic, which
but it works for that, like horizon lock, as long as you're not making real drastic movements.
What well, I was gonna say, if you couple that with Gyroflow's Horizon Lock, it'd be interesting to see what kind of results you could get from that as well, because I was playing around with that today. I don't have the gimbal, but I was playing around with the Horizon Lock, and it's pretty interesting. Bannister, which anamorphic adapter did you get? The fucking which anamorphic adapter did you get? The Namaste, or maybe he knew I was going to ask. The Namaste is what is the gimbal or the fucking anamorphic adapter? But I was thinking about that today. That's what why I started thinking about your gimbals, because I was playing with fucking Horizon Lock and Gyroflow.
Horizon Lock, you want to get your hands on.
Well, I was just like looking at it, and I was playing with the lens distortion algorithm in Gyroflow. So I posted a couple pictures of myself actually today and wherever, and I was working on development stuff, but just playing with the lens profile on that kind of shot, you know, and then I use Gyroflow to actually do my cropping, because the video I just put out, I just cropped the video, but I actually did it within the plugin today, and I feel like it's working better for that type of thing, because it keeps all of Gyroflow like totally, it's all accounted for by doing it in the plugin. Anyways, fucking horizon locking and playing with the lens profile to try to get not only your horizon straight, but get your sides, you know, lose some of the barrel or pin cushion on the sides, and just cut the frame accordingly, you know. Once you get that, anything that's too far out, you know, like fucking cut that shit, you know. But it wasn't too bad. And
well, I mean, it worked well with when I did that drift video. There's a few of those shots.
That was Real Steady too on that, or
yeah, that was Real Steady Go.
I mean, at this point, once I'm chasing a bug in Gyroflow. I'm not gonna lie, I'm chasing a bug right now. I actually sent a bunch of reports over to Adrian. I could crash resolve because I had so many fucking clips. So I had so many Gyroflows running. I mean, I had like 30 Gyroflows running, and I was like doing massive apply grade functions where I'm taking a grade from one clip and applying it to fucking like 20, you know, a shit ton of clips at once. And I was crashing it. And so I fucking chasing this bug. But dude, when you start doing, aside from that, it's fucking running super good. And you can on smaller projects and stuff, it's way less problematic. You know what I mean? But
sure.
on a large project, there was an update he just dropped yesterday that has made a vast improvement when you're doing lots of clips. It makes a vast improvement. So you can set different field of view settings and things for so you run you take your gyroflow file, your pack, say call it 4 minutes, right? Take 4 minutes, throw it in gyroflow, just open it up, let it do its thing, just like let it open it, and then just export the gyro data. Boom, right? Open that in Resolve, load the plugin, and then fucking you can load it a couple different ways, but then you just take that file from the main app, drop it in there. Now you can cut it up, and you can fucking each clip can have different field of view and stabilization values in terms of smoothness and things based off the same gyro data. It's actually super sick. And so
that's awesome. But that says the direct plugin in Resolve.
Yeah, that's the OFX. So I've been trying to work out like a really good workflow for all of it. Working on like trying to develop the Hero 11, using tools that are available in the free version of Resolve, which I am accomplishing. And actually, that's what that still came from today is most of the effects on that a lot of them were free, but the main development, anyways, the RE2 whatever color management, I can show you how to do that on free now. I think pretty reliably. I'm getting there, and so I want to do that because like that's a very clutch thing to do. And just basically you use Labs, give it a code to set your log base and stuff up, and then when you didn't go shoot and just try to make sure your exposure is good. And and once you do that, fucking bring it back, and you can do your gyroflow as I'm doing gyroflow as part of my color pipeline at the end, right? Word. But I'm trying to work out the overall like best workflow to guarantee you're gonna have the best time doing it. Especially if you're using more of a potato computer or something, or maybe you're on a laptop, it just doesn't have that ultra power as some sort of desktop but the dope thing is you can develop the stuff pretty quick.
Nice.
But it took me a minute because I kept fucking it up, and I fucked it up a couple times. Like it took me a minute to really get it. What I think is going to be like pretty
What was bottlenecking you? Was it just the codec? Was it
all right, so if you're looking at my screen, right, you like from corner to corner is a flat line. That's your sensor. That's linear, right? And so when you take, it's just a straight line. It's linear. And so when you take and you adjust your log base, you take that straight line and you curve it, right? And you kind of push and pull that linear data, and then that's what the GoPort actually records is a log-ish type profile. So what we've been trying to do is just figure out a fairly accurate way to basically just say, okay, I recorded this as GoPro with this log profile. I can open it up in Resolve and put a log C transfer function on it to basically put it into whatever space you want. Rec 709 if you're going straight to YouTube, you know what I mean, or if you actually want to color, and it doesn't matter if you're doing flat or I'm sorry, I take that back. It does matter if you're doing flat, but you do want to be doing flat and using 10-bit for this really to give you the best results, you know what I mean? But long story short, the actual RE curve is more compressed, especially in the highlights. Okay, and that's actually that problem I was having in my last render. So the RE curve is more compressed, and then when you use the transfer function to basically uncompress it, it was doing it wrong, and the highlights were being pushed too far.
Yeah.
Right. And so basically what it comes down to is you do that transfer and then you put a fucking exposure node right after that, and you basically drop a stop. I use a node and I basically put the node in linear mode and used the HDR tools in Resolve and basically took my lights and my highlights and dropped about a stop on each. And then I took my global offset exposure and just kind of tweaked it a little bit. But basically that was the touch, is you just need to grab them highlights and bring them down by a stop and a half or so, and that puts you back roughly where you want to be. And so that's what I'm trying to be able to explain in a very simple way. It's like, boom, if you do this, bang, bang, and then this will at least get you back to almost GoPro color or a basic Rec 709 color platform. The problem I had is I didn't do that as well as I could have when I was working on the flight footage, and so I brought the highlights and stuff back. I was actually really working on maximizing dynamic range. I just really, that video has a shit ton of dynamic range and shadows to highlights. You know, there's a lot of fucking stuff going on in between, and I was just trying to maximize that. And so I got in a rush, applied the grades to the stuff that had my face in it, and realized after I hit render, because on my computer, as I explained before, I was calibrating. I had my fucking monitor in the wrong profile, so it was the wrong gamma, and I wasn't seeing it the same as it was. So I rendered it, looked at it, oh, that looks fine, sent it, and then when it hit YouTube and Facebook, it was blown out, and I'm like, fuck.
That
so
sucks.
that led to 2.5 days of screen calibrations.
Damn.
Basically, because like
Did you get the video fixed up?
I didn't re-render it yet or anything. I figured that, to be fair, it's not that bad. So it's just like, whatever. You know what I mean?
It was most of the stuff that we were talking about last night is all just nitpicky shit. Like,
well, yeah.
If you didn't tell me about it, I probably wouldn't have cared enough to look that deep into it and even noticed it.
Most people won't, to be fair, and that's honestly why I'm like, it's not that bad. It's like I don't look like a ghost or anything. It's just which is interesting, because like what you were seeing, Artie, like on your screen, we were talking about like, because it was blown out. So if there's any color tint in a blown out video level, it's gonna look saturated, even though the color's not saturated, right? So if you
it looks like cooked.
Because there's the way I actually saturate now is I don't push luminance. I just push the color gain. I don't push luminance, right? But if you have a decent amount of color gain and then you blast it with too much luminance, you're not actually saturating it. You're just fucking blowing it out. And you can give a hue or a overall color cast in some cases too, if you have enough of it. So that was anyways, it's just, that's what it just made me wonder, because like, especially when you start fucking around doing the HDR shit, it's things become really obvious really quick once you start running the HDR. If you're too red or too fucking this or that, and you hit do the HDR thing, it's like, whoa, blown out. You know what I mean? Yeah. It starts becoming really obvious. I've actually tried to start doing at least a clip of the grade in HDR just to look at it and see what's going on. You know what I mean? Really quick. And yeah, sometimes you're like, fuck, I fucked that up. Yeah. But the interesting thing is like, all right, so we're almost March. So I got a month still. I'm good. So I'm trying to put together the footage with the Blackmagic camera and the GoPro and shot match those fucking things to make them at least look somewhat fucking, you know, together. Yeah. And actually I was getting there with that too. I don't know, man. I like the 11. I think going down, it's interesting because I've been developing high bitrate footage in the Blackmagic camera, but the GoPro's a little different because it isn't shooting true log. You know, it's still a Rec 709 with a log gamma. That's basically what we're doing, is we're using a Rec 709 and then we're transforming that into color management. So if you can get it input, exposed, and balanced, and then you input that into color management, you can turn it into anything you want. If you want to make it HDR, you can make it HDR. If you want to just make it for YouTube or web or film or whatever it is, if you can do this really quick basic balance, convert it to whatever you want, and then output whatever you want. And then if you want to change it, somebody's like, dude, that was dope. I want to, you know, this kind of version. Super easy to make the change without really fucking up your work. You
nice. That'd be awesome.
Well, that's what it's about. Like, that's why I was spending so much fucking time trying this shit.
It is real in the house. What up?
And you don't always know, like I said, because, like, you know, every fucking display looks different, right? And so like when you're looking at certain things, and if your display's set wrong or the computer's sending the wrong data to the display at that second, it might be too dark, so you make it too bright. Or it might be too bright and you make it too dark. You know what I mean? And so like, and then how bright is the room you're in? And what color are the lights? Because it all fucks with you.
What up? What is real?
It's crazy,
That's
man.
what it's all about.
Yeah. The hokey pokey is most definitely what it's all about.
How you doing, bud?
So yeah, it'd be interesting. Is I did that little tuning clip because I kind of wanted to see where I was with the tuning because I've been flying every week, at least some packs, and fucking tuning and flying and fucking then trying to take that and do something with it. I got 2 days worth of black magic and fucking hero footage that I'm working through, and that's gonna be an exercise in synchronizing DVR, GoPro, and black magic. So I have to synchronize all the video files so I can cut between them fucking with the audio coming off my lav. Fucking, that's gonna be a fun one. Because the DVRs are they're all different frame rates, basically.
Interesting.
Well, you ever have that problem?
Thanks,
like,
what is real? Appreciate it, dude.
you stick fucking back in the day. I remember when I first started trying to mix DVR with GoPro footage and like do like a DVR on the corner thing. Getting the two different frame rates to match up and sync and not have problems was such a pain in the ass.
Really?
Mm.
I just did, clap.
Mm-hmm.
Just a clap track and then line it up that way. And it always was close enough.
Get a clap a beat. It's the best way.
Well, with Gyroflow, I've been doing gyro slates basically where you fucking, I pick up my camera and I just shake it up and down. I just shake the front of the camera up and down, and then I set it down, and basically that gives you the gyro data. You can see the gyro data and you can see the frames. So if you need sync points there, you can use that shit, which is pretty cool. But I had a clapper board and my fucking color checker out on the last shoot I did outside.
Nice. Going pro. I like it.
Some of it I want to show you. Like I want to show you guys some of the fucking if the color checker works where the fuck. I mean, it can you can do it manually, but you can also do it automatically for color. You can match things to the automatically and resolve to the color profiles, or you can just use a vector scope. And actually, looking at my skin tones on that, they're like, it's insane, actually, because you can use, there's a row that is just skin tones, and you can fucking park that shit right where it needs to be and then send it. Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
But I can use some of that shit to make other how-tos almost. You know what I mean? Like, I can just, this is how you do this real quick, because I've got footage from doing, using these tools. And on Amazon too, man. One tip, you can get a $15 little fold up gray target, right? Like less 10, 15 maybe. And it's just literally, and it comes in a little bag and you just like do a figure 8 fold on it and it fits in there. But if you have more than one camera going, you can fucking, like if you have your DVR and your GoPro going, you can just put that shit in front before you take off. And you'll have a white balance as needed if you want to tweak them.
Well, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. And it's easy to keep in your flight bag. You know what I mean? So that's a good way to just quickly balance multiple cameras as needed. So like if you have a vlog camera going in your quad and all that shit, you can hold up that thing and then you can use that card to match all your shots to make sure they all fucking...
Nice.
Adobe has a thing in that auto syncs your footage based on audio.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it works. That's why I like to do the clap. I clap a beat and then count to 3.
Audible claps are
all that together gives the computer enough information to sync everything.
The one that I have AA is it actually is white on the back, but I don't know that. So the fold up one I have is white on the back and gray in the front. It has a white target on the gray. I just use the gray side, but if you want to use them for exposure, which is what I didn't have when I did that video from the other day. I didn't fucking use that, Artie. But there's some color cards that they have white, gray, and black, and you can use those 3 bars to set exposure and make sure that everything's within range, roughly where you want it to be. So you can set your middle gray, you can set your shadows, you can set your highlights within, and with the other cards, they have skin tones, and then you have your RGB primaries. And so if you have your RGB and your CMY, you can literally pull up a vector scope and grab the appropriate color and push it towards its appropriate place on a vector scope, and you can balance an image that way too. Because you just take red, put it on red, blue, put it on blue, green, put it on green, cyan, magenta, yellow, and fucking bang, bang, bang. But I like the cheapo foldy thing because it's good for FPV pilots, and if you fuck it up, it's no big loss. You know what I mean? Or you lose it, it's like 10. Like if it's 10, it's like $10-15, like I said, and they're fucking on Amazon, super cheap, and they're this big folded up, like really small, and a little tiny pouch. Good to have.
Hell yeah.
You know, and little things like that. Like you don't need to get, you know, you don't have to spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars on color cards. Movie people do, but there's some like $40-50 ones if you want to really get crazy. And there's some that are 20. You know, you can get like an exposure chart for probably under $20. That'll be decent. But the color checker that I use is calibrated chips. They're actually calibrated paint chips. However, I think I posted it. There's on Hackaday. If you Google it, there's a couple of people that have DIY'd. So if you know how you used to be able, I don't know if you still can, but you used to be able to go to Lowe's or the Home Depot or wherever, and you could get color chip charts from the different paint manufacturers, right? You could get those books that have the chips in them. Yeah. Well, if you match the right values, you can get those and DIY your own color checker.
Well, hell yeah. I'm going to do that.
Bro, it's a thing, and if you Google it, I don't have a link off the top of my head, but I have seen links out there.
Google's your friend.
But there are fucking Google is your friend, and you can get a samples book with the appropriate. You can get Pantones and all sorts of shit.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of colors over there on the wall at the depot of the home.
And or other places, like when I get my next spot, I'm gonna paint the wall behind my fucking screens basically
agreeable gray.
Agreeable gray, yeah.
Nice.
Agreeable gray.
Agreeable gray. Zero color.
No frills.
So there's definitely some cheap ways to get. If you Google middle gray, and I might have posted it, you can always hit me up and I can probably find the value for you. I'll have a link or something.
Trinity.
There's fucking that agreeable gray. There's a value, and if you go to a paint company and you give them the value, you can get that gray.
That color.
But that gray you can use for exposure.
Allegedly.
But no, you can get, and I've seen some pro colors actually recommend certain brands of paint with the actual values. You know, so it's like, it could be definitely useful, and you could definitely use a chip chart from that to get a middle gray that you could use for exposure chart as well.
Sure.
Let's see. So we got real quick. So FetTech dropped a 65 amp ESC out. All you FetTech kids.
You just have to sell your kidney.
Yeah, it's a fucking $124.
That's euro. How much does that translate
euro?
To,
sorry, that was. We did the math the other day, and it was 100. Well, I think I did it off. You said 130 euros, so I think it was $137. So it's a little less than that. $135. There we go. Pow, pow.
That's their, I'd say their first like major release since their G4.
Yeah.
They haven't had a ESC
They had a
change in
lot in
quite some time.
stock when I looked at this recently, and there's one left right now, it looks like. If you want some Fed Tech, get that shit right now. It's fucking
One left.
One left.
Spagoose, I know you want it.
One stock.
Get it. Get you some. That's 65.
Does eight? It accept
I mean,
eight,
it would go nicely with my Kiss Ultra Mini.
8S, bro.
Wouldn't
8S,
It
bro.
would go very nice.
65 amps, 8S. Let's go.
Did you see the 8S packs that Maddie got?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
They
fucking
were-
GMBs.
Yeah, they were like the size of 6S packs.
There's we were looking at fucking packs that one time. That we,
Yeah.
I posted
It
that
was just
GMB
cool to
link.
see. It was cool to see somebody have some, and GMB's doing cool stuff with those.
Mhm.
He says, "Go fuck yourself."
Dimensions. What we got? Active. It's 65 amp, active current limiting, 8S, 40 volt MOSFETs, 128 kHz motor, PWM, up to D shot 2400. There you go.
That's what I would run it on.
That's cool. What else we got? Actually, I can do this while we're here. Boom. We got. Oh, no way. We got Pyrodrone had some issues recently with their gimbals. You guys hear about that?
Yes, I did.
Did I?
Sound like fucking Forrest
For
Gump
those who
right there.
didn't know what's going on. With
Run, Forrest, run!
What?
Fuck.
Yeah. For all this.
Is NASA trying to launch tonight? I thought SpaceX was yeah. Well, apparently there is
Dropping magnets, right?
some magnets falling out of the gimbals, and it has happened to a
Good night,
few.
reaction. And
Oh, good night. Much love reaction. Fucking, if there is one thing we pride ourselves in at Pyrodrone, it is that we are never afraid to show our customers how important they are to us and admit when we've made a mistake. This is one of the moments. As of now, we are offering a voluntary recall on all Pyrodrone CNC gimbals, no matter where you purchase them. We were so excited to share this new product with the FPV community, and it has been absolutely heartbreaking for us to see and hear about the issue of the magnets becoming dislodged in some gimbals. This statistically seems to affect only about 2 to 3% of the roughly 1,500 to arrive in our pilot's hands in the last 4 weeks, but even one is too many. At this time, we're recommending that all gimbals be removed and check for a loose magnet on the backside before flying another battery. Below are 3 options to make this happen. Number 1, customer check fix. After removing the gimbal from your radio, simply put a small drop of reliable epoxy or flexible CA, around the edge of the magnet, removing any doubt from future failure. I vote for epoxy. I'm just putting that out there. Pyrodrone check fix. If you want to send them in, send them the radio or just the gimbals. They'll take care of it and sort it out for you, and they will cover shipping both ways. It's pretty fucking good. Voluntary recall.
Pretty clutch.
If any reason you want to return them, used or new, they will cover shipping and give you the option of refund or store credit. Whatever's best for you.
yeah, Spagoose saying it happened to him.
If you have any question about any of this, hit up support@pyrodrone.com. So, yeah, that's good. Pyro taking care of business. I had no doubts, to be fair.
Doing the right thing.
Yeah, I didn't. I expected them to sort that out. Super glue.
Super glue. Wouldn't super glue become brittle over time, though?
Well, that's
Yes,
the flexible
it
stuff.
definitely would.
Super glue does not hold anywhere near as well as epoxy. just doesn't.
I mean, usually not.
I've
And
never.
It's going to be harder than most epoxy.
And more brittle.
Well, that's good. Good
Very
on
much so.
Pyro. That's cool that they stepped up.
I would
Although they do
definitely
make a flexible
recommend-
CA, but
I do feel bad for them because those are nice gimbals. Spagoose likes them. Does anybody
they
else
look
try to have
awesome.
them?
I mean, but hey, they're fixing them up, so Good game on them. Get them back out.
Seems like a pretty simple fix, though. So, I mean, if you put them in yourself, you're probably going to be comfortable enough to open them back up and just slab a little bit of epoxy on there and put it back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that.
Exactly.
Look, I mean, I think
You
people.
think so,
I think the people that were flying something, and some pilots fly very expensive rigs with very expensive cameras on them, and there's been a couple instances where, the magnet has fallen out in flight, and that would be a bummer. That's a very big concern for some people, and it has fucked some people, so they're legitimately bitching. You know what I mean? They have a valid bitch, and it's unfortunate, And I mean, I think anytime you buy anything, especially a new product, I mean, everybody has failure of some kind. You know what I mean? A lot,
Sure, but yeah, most places don't.
I guess I would just say is if you buy something that's new, maybe not fly your most expensive shit right away. Like everybody does expect it to work out of the box.
Well, I'm sure that worked fine and they tested it a lot.
I'm sure
only
Pyro
affects
did.
like 1 to like what did it say, like 1 to 2% of the units that went out. So out of 1,500, that's.
I mean, I'm just saying, like when the
100 units.
Remember when the Hall sensor gimbals came out for the fucking Tyrannus? Remember that already back in the day, and the fucking when the nice gimbals came out for the Tyrannus.
Yeah.
I had 5 quads running. I just pulled the fucking gimbals, stuck the other ones, stuck the new ones in, and fucking went to work. I didn't think about it, but I wasn't flying anything serious. You know what I mean? So it was just like, it wasn't like I would.
That's rough, Spagoo.
So I'm just saying, like you just never know, man. Like, because back in the day, yeah, fucking
word.
And then like
That's
springs breaking when you're flying. That's always fun.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen.
That's always fun.
All of a sudden, your tension is just all wibbly.
Wrong on
all
one.
of a sudden you just don't have any.
One axis is all fucked up.
I like a little bit of tension, so.
Well, we were talking the other night about the kind of the indentation in the center stick, fucking that feeling, and how much tension kind of can exasperate that feeling. And I was curious, does anybody know of a CNC gimbal that has 0 thump in the middle? Like, it's completely smooth? Because all of the way the mechanisms on the springs work, there's a point where you feel it. It's very...
Yeah, it's a flat point.
Yeah. And I'm just wondering if there's any gimbals out there that don't feel like that, if anybody's experienced that. I know,
almost like an Xbox controller, kind of. Just smooth all the way through.
I don't feel like my Tyrannus Hall sensors were that as bad, but I could be wrong. I know that the QX7 I have
with an Xbox, you can feel the center.
I don't have a fucking controller here to pick up and try. I was about to grab one, like a controller.
I mean, I suppose if you just take out the springs, there won't be that feeling.
Just go in and cut all your springs.
Super smooth.
And while you're at it, cut a couple layers of carbon on all your arms so they're nice and soft.
I shaved carbon off the front of my frame to get it out of view of my camera.
Nice. Things we do for pretty shots.
Indeed. Things we do.
Indeed. Speaking of pretty shots, anything else in the news?
I think we got something else.
Yeah, we have. Let's see here.
Let us see here.
Let me turn that off. I'm going to bookmark this skateboard thing. The skateboard.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool decks you can.
Yeah, there's
some there.
Yeah, I want to check them out more.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, right? Fun.
I like Corey Noonan's boards. The alien abduction, pretty cool.
Alien abduction boards. That was my first real board.
Alienware.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those are sick. I always liked the graphics, but I was never a fan of the actual decks. I always felt like they lost their pop after like 10 or 15 minutes.
Brother, I never had any pop.
It was the same with what boards did that? Fucking Chad Muska's boards, shorties, bro. Those boards had no pop whatsoever, and they were heavy as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, those boards sucked.
What made them heavy, I wonder?
I don't know, but all I know is they had no pop.
No fucking pop.
None. Like the boards it was like no concave to it, and it was flat. Element boards probably had the most concave out of a board I skated. Like some of those fucking things were like straight like fucking U's. Like you could flick a fucking triple kickflip easily.
I've kickflipped this big bitch sitting next to me before, and it's insane, cause like even ollieing it's like it's like a sailboard. it's like Shamu breaching out of the water. But I have done it, and it's blast. But it's definitely insane. Fucking.
Yeah, not ice at the fly.
That's why I said like, right. But now I don't do that so much because I'm afraid I'm going to break myself these days.
He's checking himself.
So right. So we got fucking. So this is actually pretty interesting. So Flight Test has got a PSA out. I'm sure some of you've probably seen. They are working to push the 250 gram limit, the sub 250 gram limit for planes and quads to 1 kilogram. So that would effectively create a situation where the majority of the FPV community would not have to register quads nor comply with remote ID. And I guess we'll let them explain it to you. We're going to play their video. Let me drop that link real quick too.
Drop it.
It's at the top of the playlist.
We'll go ahead and start this right quick. Oh, I pulled it up separately, Greg. Thank you. Here we go.
We also need your help in a really big way. We've been working behind the scenes very hard.
Did I skip it? Here.
Hey friends, we have a really important announcement, and we also need your help in a really big way. We've been working behind the scenes very hard with congressional staffers for the Aviation Subcommittee for the FAA reauthorization that's going on in 2023. The reason why we need your help and the timing of this is so critical is because both the Flight Test Community Association and FPV Freedom Coalition have been working hard to raise the limit of regulations around 250 grams all the way up to 1 kilogram. What that means is basically, if we can get this through to Congress, we'll be able to fly planes up to 1 kilogram without any requirements for registration or, more importantly, remote ID. This is a huge topic with a lot of benefits if we can do this right. Dave and I are going to be unpacking this for you right now. All right, Dave, thank you so much for making time today. It means a lot.
Happy to be here.
Now, friends, we've been working really hard behind the scenes, and this is probably one thing that is the most important thing right now for our industry, and we need your help in a big way. This is basically about the FAA Reauthorization Act. It's coming up in 2023. It'll be ending around July. And the one biggest thing that we are working on that we need your help with is to move the benchmark of sub 250, having no registration requirements, and moving that benchmark up to 1 kilogram. Dave, why don't you just explain just on a high level what that means for the hobby and really the reason behind it?
So what this means for the hobby is that if your UAS or your model airplane weighs between 0.55 or 55 pounds, you have to register it. So our asking to raise this to 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds means that a lot of smaller airplanes, so in the RC world, like 40-inch airplane or smaller, a lot of 5-inch drones would not require registration, and that means they would not have to go through remote ID.
In recent meetings we've had with the FAA, it was pretty apparent, we've been trying to do FRIA first. We've been trying to basically find ways for people to comply if they choose to comply, but without having the cost, without having the burden of putting technology on their airplanes. And FRIAs seemed to be a good solution where we could help people fly the same place they were yesterday tomorrow. But it became really evident when we were meeting with the FAA that they really only have intention of approving about 4,000 FRIAs. And while I'm telling you this, please do not stop applying for FRIAs. We need to give them a reality check of how many people actively fly in their backyards outside of controlled club fields. But this is a damaging thing, especially when you consider how that's going to have a ripple effect of people being able to enjoy the hobby, and also how it's going to have a tremendous impact negatively on what we're doing currently with kids in schools. It's not a very good thing at all. And with that coming, basically, when people get into the hobby, when they enjoy the hobby, especially with flight test planes where they're flying a 5-inch quad, those are all under a kilogram. And safety and science will back every single time with an amazing record that this really poses no risk to what they're trying to regulate.
So historically, so we're talking about 250 grams up to 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
Very quickly, the Blunty did a great piece of research and figured that the 250 grams came up in 1896 with French infantry. When a number gets accepted and then it's used again and again, and people reference it and they don't try to question it, it gets used and made into something formal. And that's what happened with 250 grams. So we're now at a place where we can do something better. And we now have something that we recommended in a drone advisory committee tasking group 11. It's called the target level of safety. And it includes things like an impacted person on the ground, population density, impact fragmentation, as well as something that we can mathematically model recently, which is the potential of fatal injury of the structure. So that's important. For example, if you have a foam fuselage, you're going to do less damage than if the fuselage is made of aluminum and is not going to deform or break up. So you'll hear the word frangibility a lot. So we can do better, and what we're about is we're asking you to please to go to our website, fpvfc.org. Josh's team and my team have been working together. We have 2 sets of memos, and so if you're coming to our website from FTCA, we want you to use your memo and do a copy and paste, and that's okay with we're sending notes to Congress, not with an NPRM or notice to public rulemaking, but do a copy and paste to your congressional representative, so it's federal, and your 2 senators. And if either any of your representatives are on one of the 2 congressional aviation subcommittees, all the better. But we ask you to please copy and paste. And what we're doing is we're getting in front of the 2023 FAA Reauthorization Act that is trying to be cleared from the House in July, and then it needs to be voted on before the end of 2023 to fund and to mandate and to tell the FAA what it is that Congress is telling them to do.
We don't want to overlook what Dave just said here. There's a big difference between NPRMs and that stuff we had to do for like remote ID, where we're asking people to submit their comments, and reaching out to Congress for this Reauthorization Act. And the main reason is because Congress mandates what the FAA needs to do. And as we all seen of what's happened over the last 5 years, we do not want this to take another 5 years to get this ironed out. It'll absolutely destroy the hobby, destroy our STEM programs, and all the good things that the hobby has to offer. If we can talk to Congress and we can plead this case to Congress and get them to make these changes, it circumvents the FAA putting out NPRMs and things like that. It can happen so much quicker. And it's also incredibly important because now that we have a reality check with what FRIAs are, with what remote ID is going to be, this, in my opinion, is the biggest battle we should be educating and also uniting around that will have benefits for us now and also for schools and careers in the future. So Dave, like you mentioned here, this is a united front between FPVFC and FTCA, but also we did not just keep this between ourselves. We reached out to also STEM Plus C and also the AMA on Friday to ask them to be involved with this. And as of so far, we have not received any callback from the AMA, but the door is definitely open. We do not want this just to be 2 CBOs uniting together. We want to unite all the CBOs, all the communities to get behind this, because it will definitely benefit us in the long run in a way that I think that is bigger than even establishing FRIAs, which we already know has been stifled by the FAA.
Right. After a recent conversation that Josh and I had with 2 congressional staffers, we after the call, we had a debrief, and we're like, wow, what's the most important thing we could work on? If there was one thing that we had to focus on that we could ask Congress to take up and tell the FAA, what is it that they could do for recreational UAS? And we both agreed, 250 grams, move it up to a kilogram. That's it. That's why we're asking for your help now.
We have the science, we definitely know the needs, and we definitely need your help here. Doing this is not only going to protect our hobby, but as we mentioned before, for kids being able to experience this hobby for the first time in schools, schools don't have the option to choose to not to comply. They have to comply, and currently the current burden, whether it's FreeAs or remote ID, is just going to eliminate and destroy that program that's been worked so hard for so many years to bring it to reality. Not to mention there's so many amazing career paths for these young students to be able to enjoy in the future. We want our communities to be able to benefit from that, but we definitely need your help. So please consider clicking that link down below, getting involved. This is not done. We're going to have more updates. Also, share this with your friends and your family and let them know how important this is and get them involved as well. Dave, we're going to be doing another video kind of sharing the history that Blunty worked so hard on about the history of 250 grams. And I think you guys are going to really quickly realize there's no founding for it. There's no basis for it. But we do have the science. We do have the information now that we can educate you with and we can share with you that you can then share with others. And hopefully we can redefine this argument to be much more beneficial for the hobby in general. Friends, thank you so much for taking time to listen to this video, to get involved, and more updates in the future. Dave, thank you for your time, brother, and all the hard work you've done behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
Thank you.
See you next time, guys.
I'd say if you are a member of the AMA, I'd be writing your local AMA people and be like, yo, what's up? Like, put pressure on your local organizations, you know, because actually this makes a hell of a lot of sense. In my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like, okay, you know, they based it off some random thing, you know, ultimately.
Yeah, it seemed, and to compare that to a drone, which has a larger surface area than a fucking whatever thing that they were testing, that what was probably like a little iron ball. Here, throw it at the man. See how many times you have to do it before you kill him.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the point of contact, there's so many variables. The point of contact, if it's a small heavy thing, small dense thing, can potentially do more damage than the same weight spread out, because only that part of that weight is actually making contact.
I mean, look at Hot Dog FPV. He smacked that thing into his head full fucking speed.
Oh, that video lived,
and then he laughed about it the next day.
Infamy forever. I remember when that happened, bro. That was fucking hysterical. God. It comes up in my memories on Facebook every so often. And I'm like,
Word.
Ben.
That was crazy.
It was fucking amazing, dude. I don't have that video handy, otherwise I'd play it.
Did it hurt? Oh, you know it hurt.
No, he came ripping across that field around the barn. And he was standing right there. He was just like, bam, right? Fucking. Did you see that shit? Did you
not see that?
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can actually find said video.
I don't remember seeing it. Yeah, marijuana.
Well, I think all you have to do is
it's
just
on
type in
Facebook.
Man hits himself in the head with FPV drone and it pops up.
On YouTube or Facebook?
YouTube.
All right, let's see. Man hits self with drone. Let's try
What's
that.
up? It's Darts.
Maybe not.
No.
Okay,
hold on. I didn't know that it was that.
Sure, it should be.
I didn't know it went that viral. It's on Facebook. Hot Dog. Let's see.
I got it.
You got it? Send it to me, please. You can send it to me.
I'll throw it on the playlist so we can just start with that.
Refreshing. You can pull that other one, please.
I haven't put it on there yet. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. You can pull the call the help when you put that one on there, and I'll.
I think they're spot on with this is the time we need to act. We need to. If you're capable.
Yeah, this is our last ditch effort, to be honest.
Congress people.
Well, again, I mean, the guys that are flying, cine rigs and larger rigs.
All right, refresh and play.
Cool. The guys flying cine rigs and bigger rigs, most of those guys are 107s, and they're already going to have to comply. So it makes no difference for them, right? And for hobbyists that are, 1 kilogram is plenty, right? I mean, GoPro all up. I mean, that's plenty for what most people want to do. And there is no,
Well, that's my point. Is that
I think
that pretty much
What's up,
covers
Darts?
it, right? Like the hobby versus the commercial pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like
It's
most of
flying
the
around
drones that
big
I
rigs.
yeah, the drones that you would want fucking remote ID on can actually fit it on there, no problem. The ones that they want to put them on for our fucking quads, it's like, we already have to like squeeze everything in there. I can't even fit a capacitor.
We're already squeezing
let
shit
alone
in there,
fucking a remote ID unit. Like,
608, what up?
and then it's
Well,
only going to
608?
make the device heavier, and that's counterintuitive to the safety measures that they're trying to take.
I mean, I think that the actual device is going to come down to something the size of a Crossfire. What Crossfire fucking board?
Probably.
I mean, it doesn't have to be all that.
And like, provably, we've been flying
if that
model aircraft safely for generations. It's not even like a new thing. This is like something that we've been doing.
I mean,
for
let's be honest.
a long time.
I mean, I think that the vast majority of us have been to the mindset. It's like we're not hurting anybody. We have no, we're fucking.
Like,
our shit is
Most
not.
of us are trying to do it responsibly.
I was in Walmart the other day, and I was gonna go look for those cheap, shitty fucking toy airplanes and drones that they always used to sell, and I was just gonna go get one, fucking break it. That would have been fun. But they didn't sell any of that shit anymore. Like, what the fuck? It used to be just like a whole aisle just full of RC planes, trucks, helicopters.
I think the big part of our challenge as well, though, is we as a community need to educate everyone else of the difference that yes, this sub 1 kilogram drones are not the same thing you are even seeing in the Ukraine right now, because that's a big challenge we now have. We have a hurdle ahead of us, because what everyone is looking at right now is Ukrainian guys dropping grenades on fucking Russians. You know what I'm saying? And that is a challenging look for the drone hobbyist as a whole. And I think it's very important that, we can differentiate ourselves in that regard.
Yeah, especially when the video is like, oh, here's this video, here's how we're attacking, and then they show the drone, and it's like all the equipment that we use, and it's like,
well, that is, I mean, you just nailed a big chunk of it as well. That is exactly. I've seen tons of videos where they're fucking goggles and fucking
using a TX16S, fucking Tango 2s,
and whilst I wholeheartedly applaud the maker community for trying to hook them up any way they can, and fucking the drone communities in general for the actual application that they're using it in this context, it's the way the media portrays it doesn't look great for us. You know what I mean? And that's the challenge, and that's something we have to work together to try to educate and let people know, like, dude, look at this little toy that we're actually flying. We're not flying the things that hover over something and we're dropping grenades on people, in some conflict. It's a challenge. So yeah, Swift dropped the link, and basically it's like, write your senators, write your, video said it, write your senators, fucking committee members, all the motherfuckers, and help fucking educate.
Click the link, open a new tab, read it on your own time, and
send it.
Share that shit.
All right, so 18 seconds of was this
okay,
on? Is this
ready
on
to
his
restart
page?
it so it doesn't go to the next video right away?
Hold on. Ah! It's all props, and I had it fucking set for homie's voice. Give me a second.
Yeah, just mute that one.
So this is, if you don't know, fucking the amazing Ben Formhalls, also known as Hot Dog FPV, ripping across a field into his own face. Here we go.
Science.
Oh. I laugh, but there we go.
Oh,
what is real? First on the playlist tonight.
No, I think that was with a quad.
Yeah, that was a quad.
We got what is real up first.
He said no, that shit was.
I don't know if these chickens are stabby enough for me. Yeah. Might have to switch them. Well, I just wanted to try it stop for now. That's the razor.
That is such a fucking sick spot. Holy shit.
That's a super cool spot.
Oh, was it Wing 608? What? Oh, the other famous video from Ben though. Did you ever see the one, Artie, where he threw the quad off the silo and tried to arm it while it was falling, and it didn't? It failed. He was up with like
a drone. It literally says in the title, I hit myself in with a drone hard.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna look at the playlist. Let's see. We'll solve the Scooby-Doo mystery. What's it say in the description? Anything?
I was just out for a leisurely, and all of a sudden. That's what it says.
As I recall, 608, it was a drone. I talked to Ben about it. I didn't get all the details, nor would I remember them.
I remember it being discussed as a drone.
Yeah, same.
Years ago.
It sounded like a drone in the audio.
Well, they both have motors.
Yeah, they both have motors. A wing, but a wing, because the GoPro's on the front of it and the motor's in the back, it's just a bunch of fucking wind noise. Usually. You know what I mean? Just like...
Oh. Hell yeah, Wizard's dope.
Good shit.
Ripping it up like always, man.
I'm sorry y'all are triggered and bitter, go figure. The bigger I'm getting,
got sprayer from the session the other day.
Come right along, I'll bite you one, don't bite my songs, I'll write you one instead. I write this all in blood and I sign it off with lead.
Gearhead, what up?
What up, Gearhead?
Hell yeah, dude. I wish I got more than 3 packs in that day. I finally just repaired the motor that I broke that day. Yeah, bro, you flew fucking the best out of any of us. It was like so good, it was like you weren't even there. What's up, Gearhead?
Trying to lose myself on these pages. Dear Shady, I'm sorry I ain't write you back on White America and told you was right. In fact, I took your verses for my anger, kept my life intact, and now I'm writing raps.
I never get through that fucking these 2 fucking spaces in this building fucking without breaking something, because I always end up trying to do something stupid between those bars that are in between them.
Cannot appeal to rappers who fill sentences with no honor. Judge me for my drama, still they never kept it honest. All for pride, stop your lying, dog. Ain't no way you try it on my scars, so quit your hiding. Y'all pariahs, quit your typing bullshit and start firing. I was born in a
This probably the best I've ever seen fucking sprayer fly, to be honest. This is awesome.
But better count your surrounding force, cause you lames got no past and no flames, you're outmatched. So get the gas if you tell me that you're lit. My story's never
See you putting in work, bro.
That's my version in this bitch. They tell me dial down, but they the ones who hung up like Jeffrey Epstein. You tell me who got one up. Stevie told me I get shade, shit, it's no wonder. I know I'm cold, I'm just living like there's no summers.
There's no excuses, fuck, they don't care who you help. You better lose yourself in it all.
This your shot, if you fall, ain't no coming back, you better lose it all. Don't blame me, just blame Shady. Don't blame me, just blame Shady.
That'll make you progress, dude. Hell yeah. Flying with people will push you.
They invented race to divide us, ayy. Don't watch the news cause the media is lying.
Especially if they're watching, like on the goggles, and then reacting to your shit. That pushes you, man.
Interest groups hold the key. The CEOs and lobbyists do what they need. Exchanging greed for the policies and scheme for their monopolies. Well, you and me believe that we the people own the property, not properly. Our freedom is in poverty, the eminent domain in the veins of our democracy. The block ain't free, a lot who need, but not a lot who eat or sleep. The we in pieces, heated streets, and these police divide us like apostrophes. I'm speaking on the shit they killed Pac for. He exposed Illuminati, then he got for. But nowadays they got the mainstream flooded. All these rappers drowning in drugs, but they still ain't got no substance.
There's no excuses, fuck, they don't care who you help. You better lose yourself in it all.
Don't blame me, just blame Shady. Hey. Don't blame me, just blame Shady. Hey. Don't blame me, I've been shady. Trying to lose myself on these pages. Don't blame me, just blame Shady.
Oh yeah, it's good to see the homies out tonight.
Just blame Shady. Hey. Don't blame me, I've been shady. Trying to lose
Can't count how many times I fucking demolished a quad off the top of those fucking little
You get to
buildings.
smash that like button.
Oh shit. Oh damn, you got lucky. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
There's nothing but fucking murky, nasty, rusty fucking water right like 3 feet from where he just landed. And it's like the only place with that shit too.
Right?
Damn, I didn't know he crashed over there. I shit myself.
I always manage to find a puddle in the fucking bando.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. I always find this shit.
I've gotten really lucky in Hell's Gate once. I landed right next the gates of hell in New York. The fucking inside there's by the fucking columns, there's these just holes that are just full of water. So if you happen to clip one of the columns and slide down it, you're in a fucking bucket, basically, of nasty bando water.
Got Darkwing Duck. Getting ballsy over fucking open water. But that's what ducks do.
Yes, sir.
What is that bird just sitting there nesting? Like,
Yeah.
yo, motherfucker.
What the fuck is going on? There's a guy doing fucking inverted yaw spins over me.
Birds in the fucking tree, like, what's wrong with that bird? You get into those mushrooms again.
Every time.
That ice, though, looks like it's about 1 degree away from all water. Like, there's no walking out to go get that one. Honestly, AA, sometimes I wait for the battery sag to do the more low altitude proxy tricks that I wouldn't normally do with a full battery. Helps. Like if you ever have like some technical low altitude stuff you want to do, wait till the middle of the pack to start doing it. one day, yeah. Will you teach me, Spagoose?
He's a brave lad.
For sure.
Was that a 1200 I saw? Yes,
You
it
got
was.
an entry from Waldo.
That is a fucking dirty 1200.
It's not Waldo, but it's an entry from Waldo. Unless it is Waldo and he's just pretending like he has like another account or something. This is Domrod FPV.
I love it. Fucking building motorcycles.
Oh, is he the FPV pilot in the video? 608? Because I know there is some flying in this. No, I think it would actually be the dude's channel, FPV. Must be a friend of his.
We'll have to ask him. I did see some. I saw some footage from Waldo out here, though. This might be some of it. Maybe
This looks like a lot of fun, actually.
Those fucking guys are out there running around on the ice.
Oh shit.
I wonder how many things went down. Oh, that must be. Okay, that was his friend. Okay. I'm guessing.
What happened? Your brake?
Ran out of battery.
Drone me, Daddy.
Killer.
That's what it looked like to
That was
me. Ran
fun.
out of battery.
That was awesome.
Got too into it. What we got here? This is FPV Hawk.
That was a rad spot to fly.
Beautiful.
I wish I could fly, you know, where I shot that footage of the river. That there's a lot of areas in the river that are actually nice and shallow like that. Be nice to fucking.
Reminds me of a spot I flew up in Maine once.
We can do it without the snow.
Raceman flying.
That's nice.
Yeah, dude, it is a good song for this. Damn, now I want to go fly some shit like this. Good stuff, man.
The good thing about the snow is it added really awesome contrast to that last video. Because when it is gloomy and wintry, it's hard to get, like, just everything looks brown and dark. It's hard to get away from it. Well, spring's close. We get a spring forward, what, like 2 weeks or when is it? Like yeah, about 2 weeks. I think it's about a week from this Sunday, maybe. I don't know. It's soon. We'll be springing.
Yes,
doing the springing.
12.
It's the 12th. Right on. Be glad to get some nice days again.
Can I do a double inverted yaw spin? Explain. Or elaborate, I mean.
Like 2 rotations? Or a tick-tock or a rewind?
Or like do an inverted yaw spin, flip over, and then do another inverted yaw spin?
Do 2 while you're inverted the whole time?
I think I have enough hang time to do so, yeah.
Doing a rewind of one would be like go inverted, do an inverted yaw spin, and then go the opposite direction and then invert.
Yeah,
Like,
just a few.
That would be that'd be fun.
It's supposed to be 78 today, and tomorrow 57, 50, in the 50s. Yeah.
William Brown.
I haven't flown in a month, haven't put out a video in 2 months. I'm still alive.
That's how I feel. Oh shit.
This weather is just, I don't do well with the cold. A couple of years ago I got in a motorcycle accident, lost that first digit, so he's really sensitive to the cold, so I don't fly in the cold. But it is what it is. I'm ready to fly. I'm ripped to fly. So, bring you along for this rust bucket of a shit show. Yeah, I'm sure we'll break something today. What? I don't know, but come along for the ride.
Let's go.
Don't take this ass whipping personally.
Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor, we have a problem. Conductor. Don't wait for her, man.
Ain't well, I like it more medicine.
180. Sorry, I'm trying to up his qualities. Qualities. There we go. Let's get it up there.
Graveyard football, sound guy, very sight. Batman, Earth Slam, Joker to the pins like Matt Black Dynamite, blast radios, black.
Sometimes YouTube player has a mind of its own.
Fly guy, do or die, best die, energy, simplify, BEY. These hoes hilarious, with cardiac serious, cardiac tanked up, blow the central bank up, throw away your bank truck, nah baby, it ain't luck. Days without a wave, we prayed and we made one. See the God graces with flavors and fountains, X amount of mountains, X amount is countless. The wizard is a fraud, what you afraid for?
We need to do another game of quad, lift-off game of quad.
We do.
We need to do that, and then people can have. We can get the people in the chat to come up with tricks. Can you do this?
Do this trick.
Yeah. Well, they can just help set the tricks. We can make it like a thing where they like submit tricks for the thing, and then maybe we could do something like the winner adds a condition, and then everybody has to do that, and then whoever wins that has to do the next one, or whatever it's called, or I don't know. We'll figure out some kind of weird game. We should talk it through and think about it. But we could somehow get the chat to pick the trick and make that work. You know what I mean? It'd be fun.
That's the only way I like it. Hey fellas, I gotta bounce. Gotta get the kids up early.
Right on, man.
Love y'all. Y'all have a great week.
You too, brother.
See y'all next week.
I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Everybody know my thing, burn clean. Fendi sweatpants, got the Mac on the drawstring. My nigga hit me just to say he got the biggest lock in Orleans. I had a 38 or 14. Eric got a Pancho Blanco. So much coke, he had to get the baking soda from Costco's. My shooter sniffing coke like John Bones. Try color Jacob with the time zones. Get your hell if a mind blown. The stylist picked it out with the eyes closed. Gucci house with the rhinestones. When you see the red wagon, you know it's happening. That's it in the Dunhill, niggas know it's bragging. Red shows on the loose, I'm a show assassin. Hopped out at Carbone or the cameras flashing.
I came upon a charming girl, and Sarah is her name. Her parents want a husband with riches, wealth, and fame. I have no wealth and riches and fame.
Who you got?
Never come my way.
Got Kmart.
Oh, shit.
My love and through the keyhole say, Sarah, Sarah, won't you come out tonight?
And his video poses the question if Hypersmooth is ruining his FPV flights.
Who said that?
His video is a question. Is Hypersmooth ruining his FPV flights?
I mean, any gyro stabilizer is going to only be as good as what's going in it.
Truth.
And it's not to say that like you can take fairly shaky footage and you can run it through, you know, real steady or gyroflow or whatever, but even when it makes it look smooth, you're gonna notice a lot more blur and smearing in the pixels if something is mechanically off or the tune is off. So ultimately the tighter your tune, the better your stabilization will end up. However, I've seen, and I know a lot of people have seen, mechanical, well, not really mechanical, but Hypersmooth specifically, we've seen it jack up in certain high-speed moves, right? Like, sometimes it will just fuck up. And
that's one of the main reasons I stopped using it early on, was because like I'd do a roll, like a nice snap roll, and it would fucking make the horizon like wiggle real quick or something like that. I don't know if they still do that. I bet you it doesn't. It's probably fine now as far as that, but The other thing I notice it does is it takes the edge off of moves where you may not have been so smooth. And then when you go to review it, there's nothing for you to mentally correct upon for the next flight, because the only thing you see right there is a perfect finished product.
Yeah.
You don't see what you actually did. So there's no data for you to like go and assess on the next day.
Yeah.
So flying with it off, like, will force you to smooth out everything you do, and it'll help you focus. It'll make you focus on all your individual movements a lot more.
As a nerd,
you obviously want it smoother.
As a nerd that stares at fucking shit all day long and looks at stabilization and gyroflow crap and all that, usually I'm looking at the footage and I just see it's just wrong. Like you just there's something you just know. So when I'm working, I don't use hypersmooth. I stabilize in post. I can go back and look at my raw footage and turn off the stabilization and get the best of both worlds in that regard. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you stabilize and you're recording your stabilization, there's nothing you can do.
That was sick.
And you may not even necessarily be able to tell what you did wrong. So, what Greg's saying. So, like, I can say that going from... I've been focused on Cinewhoop lately, and I'm flying very flat, and not used to using yaw as much, but it made me have to reconsider my rates, because the way I used to fly, I didn't use as much yaw, and I had a higher yaw rate, but for flat cinema flying, it's too high. So I'm actually having to redo my rates for cinema in that regard, for like whoops, like Cinewhoops.
Yeah, I've had to redo my rates based on how a quad mechanically is, or like physically is, based on its weight, size, placement of the fucking motors, whether it's like a squished X or a fucking dead cat. It all makes a difference. Damn, RZ.
Yeah, he's fucking gone crazy. Gone crazy. She can't take any more, Captain.
RZ is probably the most technical pilots out of all the pilots that are around here.
Yeah, he's rad.
That's for sure.
I really like all the stuff I've seen from him.
I wonder where this is. Spagoosh, you know where this place is? It's a dope spot. That looks like somebody's yard almost. Hell yeah, bro, that was sick. Got flat.
Don said he sees almost no difference in his smooth versus his unsmooth. In with what? Hyper smooth or?
Is it that spot that fucking dickhead kicked me out of that day? Didn't look like it. No, that wasn't the same spot. Really? Didn't look like the same spot. That was dope.
Yeah. That was fat. Oh!
That's all right.
Good shit. Mazzetti Blunts. Goonie!
Figures the old one time I go there, the fucking dudes from fucking
Parks?
No, fucking what the fuck is it called? Some military fucking
Army
place.
Corps of Engineers?
Yeah, Army Corps of Engineers, yeah. Fucking figures.
Yeah, they'll fuck with you if they're...
Try to tell me it was illegal to fly over there. I was like, it's not illegal, you just don't want me to. And you guys set this fucking no flying for you guys over here because you don't want it. If you look at the map, it says it's good to fly here. He's like, tell that to the chief. I'm like, not gonna, I'm leaving. Fucker.
It's like New York City though. Like if you look at the FAA, as far as the FAA is concerned, you can fly there, but the city said no. So it's and they will fuck you up if you fly there.
Yeah. Yeah, he kept saying try it. I'm like, I'm not gonna try it.
I mean, the Army Corps of Engineers though it is military. They have jurisdiction. It actually falls under special rules as far as the FAA is concerned, and I'm surprised it's not on the air map as a military airspace. But it just depends on what it is.
Well, they banned the drones over there just because they don't want them there. Like, no other good reason.
Well, again,
when they don't want them flying around their boats.
When you got the news playing pictures of people with drones dropping fucking grenades on shit, if it's a military thing, they don't want drones flying over there.
Yeah, I can understand.
You know, I mean,
Lame.
that's all people know. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Is that's what people know is that drones can fuck shit up in a big way.
Yeah, I went there in the summer, Spagoose. I haven't been there at all once this winter. I should go before it gets fucking warm.
What is the fucking site?
It's just a fucking park.
But what else is there? There's got to be some reason for them to be there.
It's next to the canal. Like, not even like directly.
Is the canal a major port of entry?
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
It's a major port of entry for ships traveling from one part of the ocean to the northern part of the ocean and vice versa. So they don't have to go around Cape Cod, which is like an extra 500 miles to their trip. It's a pretty cool fucking site. Like, drive by it, it's fucking cool as fuck to look at. But they don't want you to fly and look at it from the sky. Not without a special permit, anyway. From Larry, the guy who kicked me out.
Larry, the cable guy?
You gotta get permission from Larry. It's good to go, you're good to go.
I got hemmed up by a fucking train conductor in New York City. We were flying along some tracks, and then we played it off, and he was like trying to see if we were like making a movie. And I was like, fuck no, we're not making a movie. Like, we're lucky to keep these things in the air. This was way back. And fucking, yeah, we got booted. It was like a train track, but it was like there was a major fucking tunnel system right there and all sorts of other shit. And they have like rail, you know, like the rail yard, the train houses for actual trains, but they're in parts of like Brooklyn and Queens where they'll have their fucking big turntable and they'll be fucking, you know, doing the train cars and shit. We basically snuck through one of those to get to this spot. It was actually pretty rad.
아플 만큼 아팠다 생각했는데 아직도
Soapy hand job for Larry.
이 넓은 세상에 혼자인 것처럼 아무도 내
What do you mean? It's like
you mean like
slightly bigger than a Vista unit.
They made it millimeters too big. The actual air unit, Spagoo? It's the size of an air unit, isn't it? I thought it was actually smaller than an air unit.
It's smaller than the OG air unit, but it's slightly bigger than a Vista.
Well, Vista, yeah. Vista's small, yeah.
Yeah, it's not too much bigger than Vista. It's like, it's a little taller.
I mean, dudes were stuffing air units in quads as soon as that shit came on. I feel like we should be able to make it work.
I fucking put an air unit, full-size air unit in a banger. That was...
I'm actually, so...
That was a tight bit.
My son finally found his old fun.
Oh, the camera. Yeah, that thing's a little big.
No, the camera, you mofos. That's what I was actually thinking you were saying, but since you weren't clear...
Well, yeah.
You did say unit. Yeah, you said unit, you fucker. I got a unit for you.
Apparently, you can decase that, and it's the screw holes are still there.
Yeah, dudes have been stuffing them onto like basically micros, like giant, bigger whoops.
I know you can buy new lenses for them.
What, the 03 camera? No, you have to buy a whole new camera.
Sure.
No, it's not replaceable. That's an issue. It's $105 for a camera. That's definitely one of the big gripes with the 03 camera.
Well, one thing I would say is I've taken a bunch of diggers and I haven't had a scratch on it yet. No issues.
I mean, if it's in the frame where most of them end up right now, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, like the biggest thing I'm concerned about is scratching over time.
Yeah, I mean, if you ditch it, kick up some dirt, you're flying behind somebody and they blast you with rocks, you never know, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And
but,
it wouldn't be so bad if the lens covers for them weren't so damn expensive.
I have an OG air unit sitting here that I'm gonna try to stuff into a Cinewoop, which is gonna be interesting. If I, the logical thing to do would be to take the air unit and stick it in the 10-inch and take the Vista out of there, but YOLO. Feels like too much work.
Spagoosh, you didn't answer my question earlier. Do you need to leave the SD card in the goggles after you do that hack?
Spagoo got a filter kit. What filter kit did you get and how much did it cost? Goody, I'm actually gonna be. My son has a fucking squirt, and he's got a V2 squirt he built and barely flew, and then got out of the hobby. So he's giving me that, and I'm going to slam it mostly. I'm gonna grab Chris's files and make the TPU all new, and then I'm gonna figure out my actual deck height, depending on what I decide with VTX. But I was gonna probably try to cram an air unit into it. To be fair, I want to see. I'm gonna give the air unit one more chance in the 10-inch, or sorry, the Vista. this spring, I'm gonna do some more testing with that. And if I can get the frame nonsense out of it with a better antenna setup, I'm gonna just leave it. But if not, I'm gonna try the air unit in it, and I will swap them. And so therefore, I'd have a Vista for the fucking the squirt. But I'm waiting right now. But I got the Cinerat.
FPV.
The quad I'm tuning right now, or I have been tuning. The Cinerat is on analog, and it's fine. But I definitely want a digital whoop. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I talked to Chris about it. I was like, if I want to stuff a fucking air unit in there, what size standoffs do I need? To be honest, if I run into any major issue, I'll just buy a fucking one of them run cam links and stick that in there. And then I can make it a little more slammed if I really want to. I haven't quite decided yet.
That looks fucking tasty right through those trees.
Yeah, I definitely think that digital Cinewhoops are amazing. The Cinerat is just so small. I mean, it is a little tiny flying brick. I mean, there's like battery and GoPro and the fucking stack. It's like, I do like the Cinerat in terms of its just small and nimbleness. We'll see where I finally end up before I make any comments about like more acrobatic maneuvers. Every Cinewhoop I've ever flown has always been a little wonky on something. I feel like if you're trying to actually go full like acrobatic with it, Cinerat's definitely better because you don't have the actual ducks. But I want to see. I also want to fly some of Chris's other frames. Speaking of the devil, here he is. Hi, Chris. I need to fly some of your other frames.
Nice sunset, or we'll see if it's going to be a nice sunset.
I really want to get a shot caller. Is what I want to do. I want to build a shot.
I want to
caller.
get his freestyle frame.
Waiting, hoping these couple sets of clouds will pass.
Yeah.
So I can put the drone up and maybe get a cool sunset. Yeah, the sun is coming
Can't
out.
afford it right now.
I was so jealous when I saw this the other
Sponsor
day.
me, Chris.
Like, this is like the most
frame.
beautiful scenic beach spot. Like, fucking hell.
All right. We got the ohm. We're walking down.
Got a mini on there.
I don't see anybody at the
Speaking
beach.
of Drone Co.,
Day to rip the
you're looking
clouds.
for that custom
At the beach.
solution. Where to go?
This is just like
Stopped,
perfect
perfect time.
sunrise fucking lighting, bro.
This is what it's about, you guys. Getting out for sunsets, having a good old time.
Was it a sunset?
Look at all the sand
That was a
drifted over
sunrise.
the
Yeah, that's a
little
nice,
road they got
nice
here.
image there.
Yeah. Yeah, he killed it on this one.
Okay, we got to the water line. This is unique. We had some erosion,
Fucking insane.
but we're gonna get to flying.
Anytime I go to the beach to fly, I fucking think of his videos because I want them to be similar.
It's
but
the
they're
best.
never even close because of the lighting. It's just not ever like this.
Well, it's hard to find a place that's so flat where you don't get tons of shadow and shit, where everything's just well
Yeah.
evenly lit, and like beach is perfect. Yeah, West Coast beach, definitely fucking perfect for a sunset.
Speaking of West Coast, I was like recently years old that I learned that it actually snows in Southern California.
It snows in fucking
I was
LA.
like, oh, I thought it was like a West Coast Florida though, like, my whole life. Nope. I don't even want to go there anymore. I know it can get cold.
You get really amazing dynamic range in a situation like this. That is the one thing I'm actually when I was playing with the footage from my Cinerat, the dynamic range on the Mini 11, like, and I goofed up the grade a little bit, and it can definitely be better. Well, I actually really didn't even grade that. I just ran it through to turn it into color and added a couple things and sent it because it was just a test footage. But also testing the, like I said, how to convert the Mini 11 with Resolve Free in a very easy to manage way.
Open up and hear the chapter. Let me tell you what I'm after. You're the one I'm really seeking. Really ain't no other feeling.
But I love it, like this shot.
That is nice.
These shots, like you got fucking, you know, you got your fucking sun off to the side, and then the as the beach is getting dark, is massive gradient from bright to darkness.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking nice.
And it's
This guy's got that ultra fucking nice, like, majestic fucking color to it. Even in these dark shots, it's fucking sick.
Well, what's funny though is when he turns around and goes back towards the sun, it becomes totally different right now.
I can't wait to fucking start playing around with my
and that's
Mini.
That's what you're gonna get, you know. That's the one thing I've definitely seen big time in the 11, in the footage from the 11, is the dynamic range in 10-bit is fucking night and day compared to everything previous.
As soon as I get this fucking quad build, I'm gonna take it out to the beach on a nice sunny sunset like this. What up, Fly High?
Any ND just locked 160, 100 ISA. What? What is Spagoo saying? Is he asking a question? Yeah, Chris was shooting 8.7 here, obviously.
Broken battery strap. That's when it's time to call it.
So dealing with 8.7 has been also really interesting.
Until our next
Battery strap. The best is when you land and then you pick your quad up and the motor wire just like pops off the fucking ESC and you're like, what the fuck? How did that not come off during the flight?
The 11's definitely, yeah. I have finally managed to lock it up. I have two different USB ports, and I can't remember. One is a 5 amp, and one is I have two different USB ports on a device, right? And one of them charges the 11 100% fine. The other port, and they're not labeled in a meaningful way. And I've been trying to actually. Oh, what happened? Is that the end? We have JB. Okay, stop. No! Anyways, fucking one of them will lock up the GoPro when it's charging. And I've only managed to do it one time because this is the first time I've ever used this particular port while charging the GoPro. It did lock up while charging, and when I disconnected it, the red light, charging light, just stayed on. So then I held it for.
I've had that happen with older GoPros.
I held it for like 10 seconds, and then it went dead, and it would not turn back on. So then I hit the button again, and I held it for over 20 seconds, like 25 seconds, maybe even 30-ish, and then it started up. So there's two lengths of time to reset them, and so it may change depending on what the state of the GoPro is basically what I'm finding. And I read that actually. Somebody said that it's 10 seconds for a basic restart, but then like the harder restart is like 20 or something like that. And so if you run into this problem with an 11, I'm sure I will. Mine literally, so it froze up charging. I held it for 10 seconds and the red light finally went off, and then it wouldn't power up. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like I held it for 10 seconds again just to see, and it didn't change. I was like, okay. So I held it for 20 seconds, and I think I held it until it actually just powered on, and then it came on. But it wouldn't just start. Like I had to hold it for a certain amount of time, and then it finally fired up. So yeah, I definitely understand. I've seen reports from some folks that just said, yeah, every time I charge it, it locks up. This is the first time it's happened to me, and so what I'm gonna do, I did look at the
charged mine once.
I looked at the fucking manual, and it's it's a EBS charger. It's EBS rechargeable batteries. They're actually it has 2 ports on it. EBS is actually a solid brand in cameras, but long story short, one of the I just remember one of them is 2 amps and one of them's 5 or something like that, and one of them ended up locking it up. So, if you do have lockups, it could definitely be the USB switch.
Yeah, I only charged mine so far. I haven't even used it other than just like turning it on and messing around with the settings for like a few minutes. I made sure my profile was set for the first time I go fly, but that's about it.
I've what we got? Fly high. Oh yeah, so fly high is extra time in attendance and usually works after charging freeze. 20 seconds after reset settings too. Um, 20 seconds did not reset my lab settings. And nor did it reset any. 20 seconds did not. I don't think it reset anything for me. I will double check that fly, but it definitely did not kill my lab settings. Because when it fired up, that was the first thing I saw was the labs thing come across, and it showed my log and all my shit. So all of those settings did not get reset. I'll double check it. I could turn it on from here. I'll double check it, but I don't think so. For me, anyways, it did not seem to do that. And I'm on whatever the latest labs is, I think. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye on that because that would be a bummer if it decided to change my shutter angle or something. But I would see it because that's the other thing. I run a histogram on mine, so after mine fires up and boots and shows like it scrolls all the labs crap, it jumps directly to histogram and stays there pretty much until it shuts off, unless I do something with it. I know you were having tons of fucking problems with yours, and it's and it is interesting. It's like is it just was there a QC problem on some or what the fuck? But I'm definitely seeing correlation in the problem with the power supplies, for sure. Which is odd because I've charged my Mini 11 off. I've charged it off my computer, no problem. I've charged it off a couple of different USB hubs, no problem. I have also charged it off the standard USB off of my my PD brick. I haven't done a C to C connection though, and I should try that just to see what happens there. Because I heard that it was PD systems that were mostly causing the problem. Yours stayed on and it was overheating. Yeah, I definitely noticed that some heat. The other thing is, one thing I've noticed as far as my quad goes, right? So I have dumped the Cinewu pretty hard a couple times, actually. And it's kind of comical because I printed TPU fucking bumpers for it. And it's like a bumper car. It's fucking hysterical. It bounces. But I did crash it pretty hard, having said that. And the GoPro stayed recording. And I will say that on my Hero 8, I cannot describe the frustration of coming home after a few crashes and I've lost tons of footage. I've lost so much. I've lost just a very angering amount of footage with the Hero 8. Stopping, recording, freezing, doing other dumb shit.
I only had one Hero 8 and it didn't even work.
Well, that's not a good sign. You know, and it sucks when I see people with the 11 because like I want to be able to recommend it with good faith, and it's tough because I have seen people have some problems. But I also have to share, you know, like when I've had one lockup and I've been recording. I have done some vlog records on it that have been 12, 15 minutes straight with, you know, there's no airflow or anything, and I've not had any overheating issues. And on the center loop, it's not slathered in TPU. I've got a bikini
What
on
up,
it.
Blizzard?
I got a bikini on it on the center loop. I am about to print some banger mounts for it, and then I'm also going to print a more full sleeve for it to see if, you know, more TPU causes it to overheat or anything. But I hadn't. Yeah, I've done all my tests. I've done a lot of indoor testing, and I have not. I've ran it 15 minutes plus multiple. I get multiple files. It doesn't stop recording. And no issues with overheating.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. I mean, it's just, you know, I've done a lot of cine whooping, but all those flights are a couple minutes.
Time, hell yeah.
But the vlog and just testing shit's all been just indoor fucking. The Mini 11s don't have a battery to worry about though. With the bigger ones, yeah.
I wonder if it has something to do with the extra voltage of maybe the Enduro batteries that are in the 11 and 11 Mini.
I think that has something to do with the charging side of it for sure. Yeah, I do. I think that's why it doesn't like certain chargers. Is it something with something with the battery chemistry in the Enduro?
45-watt fucking USB-C charger. I charge everything on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I worry about plugging things into that one because that's a pretty powerful charger, but don't they limit themselves?
Well,
it's
not gonna just
anyway?
it's not gonna just slam it with 45 watts.
Yeah.
The bricks that I have are like 60-watt PDs and rapid charge C's, but the standard the standard USB A out of it or whatever, the standard USB, I haven't had any issues with that so far. I haven't really tried the C. I'll tell you why. And actually, I want to be totally straight up. So I'll tell you why I didn't try the C. Because I did try the C. And when I did try the C, it powered up and tried to, because I have the GoPro thing with the GoPro Cloud, it powered up and tried to upload my footage to the cloud.
How else would you charge it if not through the USB-C port?
Well, you can go A to C. C to C versus A to C is different.
Oh, I went C to C.
And can be, yeah. So what happened if you have cloud uploads enabled, especially if you've bought your GoPro from GoPro and you've got a GoPro account, a lot of people just do that by default. They'll just turn it on so their footage automatically, if there's footage on the camera and the camera's charging, the camera will turn on, hop on the network, and upload your footage to GoPro.
Yeah, it's always trying to sell me that feature.
So if you turn that shit off, though, the camera does not turn on when you plug it in. And I think that's also part of what was happening for some folks because it fucked me up.
Footage
in the beginning.
Footage has gotta make something pretty hot.
Well, the camera's working, yeah, and I mean, there's that side of it, but it's just about the camera coming on. Period. I didn't want it to come on. I just wanted to charge it, and at first I'm like, why is the camera constantly coming on when I plug it into a C, using a C to C? And that's what it was doing. It was trying to fucking upload. And so once I caught a comment from somebody, they're like, go in and turn off cloud uploading and make sure that's off. And is
it on by default?
I can't tell you. I can't remember, to be honest. You'll have to check it. Check it in the app. Make sure that none of the cloud shit is trying to do shit. It shouldn't be unless you're logged in. But if you're logged into a GoPro account, I can't tell you for sure.
Might be worth checking before I completely forget about this conversation.
Yeah, it's definitely something I would look at. Yeah, losing footage is the worst, Fly High. It is the absolute, it sucks when there's nothing more crushing when you go out and have a really good day flying and you come home and most of your footage isn't there. Or even a chunk of it, or the good stuff, whatever it is. Any of it really for that matter. Even, I would come home with my 8 sometimes with my 8, and like it would have stopped and freeze framed, and I'll have like, you know, 2 minutes of the top of my flight and then 2 minutes of fucking a frozen frame and audio. And it shit used to piss me off, man. I fucking get so
Can't
mad.
count how many good ass fucking crashes I lost because it doesn't want to fucking record them.
Well, there is the thing now. I think it might be just, yeah, it's a labs function where you can get it to basically give you more. Like, so basically when it hits a fault, like you can kind of push the look ahead or whatever you want to call it, the way it's writing to the card, you can push it basically right up to the point where it's just dying. The reason they do that is they would cut it off and try to save the rest of your footage for you. But there's a function in labs that lets you fuck with that. Just putting that out there. And using good SD cards, man. Every time I buy a new camera, I buy a new SD card for that camera and just use that to start with, and then hope I don't have problems. Especially with this new 10-bit shit, I wanted to try to make sure. I bought a higher speed card. I think I got a 60 that I honestly haven't really put through the paces yet. I've been pushing a 30 right now and doing okay at 160 megs per second in labs with no problems with it overheating or fucking doing anything unforetold. So I don't know. My friend B-Rad also mentioned that he had problems with his too. And I really do think GoPro fucked up when they made it less compatible for charging, but they must have had some fucking reason for it. I'm guessing Greg might be right. It has something to do with the Enduro battery chemistry. They didn't want it to explode or something. I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know. But that would be my best guess. My biggest complaint right now about the Mini is that it does not do 4K 120. That's my biggest complaint. In 10-bit.
And the full size does?
Full size does. In 10-bit. Yeah. You can do 4K 120 on the full size 10-bit with all that fancy stuff. And it's still, last I checked, I haven't actually checked in a week maybe.
4K 120 10-bit?
Hmm? Yeah, that is the biggest difference right now, that why they haven't actually enabled that. It could be related to all the problems people seem to be having. You know, maybe it's a heating thing right now. But GoPro usually fixes things. I don't know. Since I got the stupid membership, I'm probably going to trade in my 8 for 9 or 10 or whatever they'll give me. And dude, I think I've got 2 sessions still. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with. They still work. I need to make one of those my point of view cams for doing tutorials.
Okay, so you said 4K 120?
4K 120 10-bit.
Oh yeah, no you can't.
Yep. Yeah, that's I actually, if you care, go to the GoPro main site where they have their community chat, and there's a post up there for me asking why. And literally, I just put it like, so why does the Mini have 4K 120? You guys positioned it as, you know, being the same as the fucking full size minus screens, and GPS I think was the other one. But in terms of everything else, sensor tech and functionality, they're supposed to be the same. So
that's disappointing.
Upvote my ass and let's push it if you want it or you care. If not, cool. Get a full size. You know, but I'm definitely trying to. I'm annoyed by that one with GoPro personally, because I'm like, you guys positioned it. The Mini was just a Mini with no screens, and like I said, there's no GPS in it, which is fine. I don't care about that shit. I just want all the shooting modes.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks, because then that reduces your ability to do fucking.
I mean, they have been adding
slow-mo.
At the end of the day, look, they had so that was so the last firmware update from GoPro added that to them. And if you notice, this is something that I've just a trend I've noticed, right? So with GoPro, you'll see the announcements of the firmware, and they'll say it in the announcement, these functions are being added. But then when you actually go and look at the firmware page and you start looking at the differences and stuff, it isn't listed in the like whenever they release firmware, they usually put notes, right? They don't put some of that stuff in there. I've noticed this trend where they'll put it like, new full size 11 firmware, adds 4K 120, and then then you look and the Mini doesn't have any firmware yet, and then the Mini's version will come out, and they won't have that same thing in the announcement.
Or can't you just install the fucking firmware from one screens to the other?
The other one needs the screens.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't have to just tell it too fucking bad.
Technically, they don't have to work. I mean, who wants to try it? Someone can try it. Let us know. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to try it right now. You could. It might lock it up. Might brick it. Might not. The app won't let you do it. But it probably won't let you do it, to be honest. I bet you if you put the full-size firmware on your SD card and try to do a manual update, it's not going to let you do it. There's probably some check some.
Probably a little code that tells one from the other.
Yeah.
That's probably the only difference, that code.
I wonder if you can hack the file. Hack the file to change that. They do it all the time with every other shit, It's like...
I don't see why not. It just depends on how much somebody's willing to put in.
Rewrite the Matrix. Extreme also. The and a school stream. Yeah, I definitely was definitely taking a look at the Extreme. The approved list. I got a Lexar card off there that was on the approved list. I have seen a couple guys running V90 Delkins as well. Some of the fucking AV nerds are running like the V90 Delkins on them and pushing it to full 200 and blah blah blah. I haven't. They're comparable card that costs you $20 or something is like in the Delkin the V90s are like $60-$80. They're not cheap for any kind of size. Like a 60, I think even a 32 might be like $60 or something. It's a lot of money for the.
Yeah, dude, it sucks not working at Best Buy anymore because I used to that was the thing I'd get like nice discounts on is shit like
Good
that.
cards.
Memory cards, fucking cables, fucking usable media, dude. It was fucking.
That's the shit, dude. That's
filthy.
Yeah. So I keep all my old. What I do is I take all my old shitty cards and I put them like for DVR cards. A lot of. Maybe today I wouldn't be, use as shitty cards, but like with my old Fat Sharks, bro, what's this? Some bullshit fucking SD card? All right, that's my DVR card, because that shit isn't taking up any space, bro, and any bandwidth or anything to, so that's what I did with all my old cards. It's just made them shitty analog DVR cards.
I had a top of the line fucking Extreme card, I think a 512 gigabyte. It's in the ocean now. It's fucking so sad.
You ever fucking snap one in half accidentally? That sucks.
An old ass one I have.
Well, in a swap, in a pinch, I stuck one in my wallet, forgot about it. It sat on it, snapped that.
I've definitely dropped them and had them disappear into complete oblivion for like 6-7 months and then randomly appear.
It's amazing how that can happen.
Yeah, I had a Samsung fucking SD card. I had it for like a week, and then I was going to fucking put it in my GoPro, and it just slipped out of my hand and then disappeared into like fucking nowhere. There was like fucking 10 things it could have fallen into, like a box of parts, a backpack. I fucking searched for like fucking months in that section to try and find it, only for like to go on a trip a few months later, trying to pack my bags, and then I fucking reach into the bag and I feel like a loose piece of something. I go pull it out and it's the fucking SD card. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
I forgot.
Sweet, I finally get to edit that footage.
I forgot I'm in a card reader before. It's the worst where like I've come home, stuck a card in the computer, fucking grabbed my footy, forgot it was there, and then left to go fly and left my card in the reader. Or had one, or I usually have extra cards actually, but I'd get out to go fly, realize I didn't have a card in there, stick it in, forget about it, right? Just forget about it. Then go looking for it later and realize, and forget, like where the fuck is it? Like, card in those little SD card adapters for the bigger cards. Fucking
I lose
forget
those
them in there.
immediately.
I keep a bunch.
They're never good for anything anyway. They don't work if you try and put them in, like take an extreme SD card and then put it in one of those fucking adapters they come with. Those adapters don't read the same speeds as the SD card that they're in. So you'll try to put them in something and do
It depends on
like,
the host.
Like a camera.
Depends on the host. It depends on the host.
Yeah.
A lot of the older bigger SDs weren't as fast, so a lot of the older hosts aren't as fast. But if they're done right, it can work. I've got, so on my edit rig, I've got, it was like it's a fucking it's USB jacks, and then it's just basically, you know how like you sometimes remember on PCs like you could get stuff that would basically fit where a CD-ROM drive would go. I got one that's all card slots for the big cards, and then it's got extra USBs, and then the micro SDs and the bigger slots. And a lot of times I use the bigger slot because it's just such a pain in the ass sometimes sticking the little tiny fucking card in there. It's just easier to slap it in, bang it in the bigger slot, and call it. Get to work making my TPU.
Print a nice big eggplant on the back of his mount for him.
An eggplant?
Yeah, one of the eggplant emojis.
That's funny. All right, well, shit. I guess that's pretty much it for us. I don't think there's anything else this week. Something. Let me look at the. Make sure you fucking bitch out your congressman. No, don't bitch out your congressman. Try to help out with this remote ID nonsense. It seems like it's a good thing.
What is he building you a whole quad, Spagoose? Or are you just? Oh, that's the order you did when you lost your fucking quad, isn't it?
Oh, he ordered a quad when he lost his quad?
Oh, yeah, he did.
That's funny. Well, always need a spare, bro. And on that note, we're gone. Can you love notes? All right, kids. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Get out and fly. Hopefully, you get some good weather and all that shit. Because I think this week's not going to be terrible, but it's going to get cold again. But that's fine. I can get out.
Hopefully, it doesn't get cold anymore. Fucking, it's March, and my heater doesn't work.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, dude. Fucking wake up and fucking morning. It's fucking because it gets colder in my house than it is outside.
Mm.
So I'm fucking waking up where's my fucking cat? Come here, fucking warm me up.
Told my Congress critter that the government was trying to put a tracker on my kids.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Speaking of, let me link that one more time for you guys.
That works.
Make sure you guys check out the FPV Freedom Coalition's mission here.
Yeah,
it's really helpful for the drones that we fly and the things that we've been doing for the last forever.
It would basically make it unchanged for the majority of the community, and for the cats that are flying big rigs, like I said, they're already gonna have to deal with it anyways because they're commercials. So, I for my commercial shit, I don't have any problem with it. It's fine. For being able to,
it's understandable.
Well, I rebuilt my Cinerat, and I'm not fucking registering that thing, I'm fucking zooming around. If I build a digital one and I take it out to work, then yeah, I'll comply with whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go register my 5-inch because it's a chance I'm gonna go fly it into something and it's gonna fucking break. And what the fuck is up? And then I got to change it, and now it's not the same model anymore. When I'm going to re-register,
that's
it,
why
'cause
we
it's a
need to get it
different model.
changed, because the problem is it's not a problem until it is a problem. You know what I mean? That one time you fucking catch a hiker across the head, you didn't see him coming through the woods,
dude,
bro.
yeah,
You
I
just
know.
don't know. You know, and then it's just big pile of shit, and we don't want that either. So
Yeah, true that.
you know, get it if we can get them to push. You know, grant some leniency and get our class of quads in that group. You know, I think that fuck yeah, let's get that done. Let's push that
for sure.
You know, and just try to educate and help out. All right,
everyone.
Have a great week. Bye. Much love, y'all. Make some cool shit. Bye. Fucking split ass. I could do a fucking split ass. Done a million times. I could do a fucking split ass. You pop out, and then roll, then that is split ass. Fucking split ass. I could do a fucking split ass. You pop out, and then roll. I mean, pop it. You roll.
I don't buy
and
into
then
whatever
you go
fucking
in
bullshit you're saying.
to the shit. Powerly, blind, powerly, I could do a fucking split ass. Roll, then that is split ass. Fucking split ass. I could do a fucking split ass. You pop out, and then roll. I mean, pop it.
That's pretty much the only trick that I know.
Let's cut to the chase. I found a joint in the basement. Anyone gonna fess up?
It's mine, okay?
See what you've done?
Mom, you should have aborted him!
What's next, James? Killing us in our sleep? Wearing our guts as accessories?
You're tearing this family apart!
This is lame. I'm out of here.
Whoa, pal. You're not going anywhere.
Jeez, guys. It was only once.
Not even once. Not even once. Not even once. Not even once. Not even once. Not even once. Not even once. Not even once.
Oh my god. Bye.
Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight.